starts at home.
It starts at home, great.
Yes. We are embarking on our second half of I'm Tired of Being a Color. Okay, this is not about a racial profile thing or anything like that. It's just that it's kind of impossible for an individual to feel comfortable in themselves when they're being classified as something that they're not.
Yeah, they're being classified as a color, and they can't really be who they want to be because they're afraid of what others might think because they feel like the color you are dictates your habits and the way you should live your life, and that's not cool.
Yeah, and it reaches out to a nasty habit of our country that we had of where we took a color and made it worthless. Okay, and this is what we are really trying to emphasize is that I'm not a color.
Nope.
I am a citizen of my country. I'm a human being.
A human.
Yeah. If you accept me as a citizen of the USA of the United States of America, okay, then I am great. But if you're gonna accept me as a colored citizen of the United States of America, then that separate me from my citizenship in America.
It does. And there should really be no separation because it's really not.
That's
like,
right.
I'm a human first.
Right.
I'm not a color. So the color that you think I am shouldn't make you want to separate my humanity because of who I am.
Absolutely. And that's what we really trying to get to here because knowing the fact, looking up the definitions, and I'll say this, I'm not going to give you a definition. I would advise you to go look up the colors that you has been called in this country and see what it truly means.
Honestly.
I would like for all our viewers to take the time out to look and see what does it mean to be a color.
Exactly, because
ask yourself.
Yeah, like because a color to me is a color. Like it don't define who we are.
No.
And when you looking at colors and you trying to compare them to human beings, it's ridiculous. Because, say for instance, like the color black. If you look at it, even if you Google it, you realize that the color black is not even a color.
Correct.
It's a shade.
And see, one thing about it, the thing that make it so beautiful about being a human being is that we all have a degree of hue in our skin.
Exactly. Every last one of us.
I don't care how small the amount is or how great the amount is, it still do not declassify us as being human. It shouldn't challenge your humanity.
No, really. The hue is literally the first part of human.
Hey, this is why we are talking about it like that, okay? Because understand real clearly. As long as we continually to put people in pecking orders, we're declaring ourselves something that we're not. I mean, really think about it. You know, when you tell someone that they are less than you, and you got here the same way that they did, I got a question I want to pose to you. What did you do that was so spectacular to grant you the right to say that you are better than someone else?
Yeah, because I want to know. I want to know what you did in your life that made you feel like you was better than the next person.
I mean, what is it? I mean, because if you think about it, it took two people to get you here. You didn't have nothing to do with that.
At all.
Nothing. And if you really want to look at it and take it for what it is, you're a gift.
You're going to have to explain that. You're going to have to explain that, Granddaddy. What you mean?
What I mean is that you is a gift. It's a gift from the Almighty to this planet. You didn't do nothing to get here. You had nothing with you to do with the way you got here.
It was all in the Creator's.
All in His hand.
Mm-hmm.
So now I want to pose this question one more time. What make you think that you are bigger? What did you do to make yourself bigger or better than the next individual that came here on the same format that you did?
Yeah, because money don't make you better than the next person.
Everybody know that you gotta earn money. You gotta everything you do. Only thing, listen. To be real truthful about it. Think about it like this.
Mm-hmm.
You're a gift, and the gift of life was given to you to share with everybody else.
True, and that's like kind of like all of our missions.
Yeah,
is to be able to share our gifts with each other.
Mm-hmm. That's it. You are. It took two peoples, male and female,
Mm-hmm.
to get you. Two to make one. Are they complaining? Are they telling you that they are better than you because they brought you here? You are the vessels that you are the vessels that you came through
Right.
to get here. Well, let's see. I'm gonna explain that they are the vessels that was used to bring you to this planet.
Yeah, to bring to this realm, this world. And it'd be crazy for them to think that they was better than you when they created you.
Well, they duplicated you because they're a duplication themselves. See that this is what I begin to try to understand humanity for how we see it.
Mm-hmm.
To me, in our day and time, humanity is materialistic wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us today isn't worth $1. Seriously.
No, all seriousness though.
Yeah, seriously. We go to an employer, and especially if they look at you as a color, you may not be even worth 50 cents.
Oh yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I'm trying to say is that why is it if they looked at you as a true citizen of the United States, then you will be treated like every citizen in the United States.
Yeah, you'll be treated fairly. You'll be treated like they care about you. You know what I'm saying? Instead of sending people to prisons just so they can do their time, so the state can get paid and things of that nature, they should really be focusing on stuff like rehabilitation.
Because we're gonna make some mistakes.
True.
We're gonna do some stupid stuff. That's what one of the thing about humans. It don't carry a color
at all. It does not carry a color.
Murderers are all different genres. Thieves are all different genres. They don't carry color. There ain't no one particular group of people that don't steal or don't kill or don't rape or rob. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, they all do.
So now, if you're looking at yourself more or less as a nation or something like that, then you can say, well, wow. Them U.S. citizens are something else.
I know they got to be disappointed in the way we've been acting, in the way we've been living our life. They probably feel like since we living in a first world country and things is a lot better here, that we should be more civilized and more advanced. But they noticing that it's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
But they still breaking their neck to come here for them same exact reasons on why they look down upon Americans.
Well, the thing is not so much of that is what I'm looking at is that thing about this color issue.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I say that because it strikes me personal. And I think sometimes we should voice our personal opinion about how we feel about our nation. This is our nation.
It is. It is our nation.
And it's time out for us being colors. If we're going to be a color, let's all paint ourselves red, white, and blue.
If we're going to do that.
You understand?
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So why not we just unify ourselves under the banner of the United States of America and stop coloring each other up?
Exactly. Yeah.
We know God loves a variety. That's just the bottom line. He does.
That's why we are created in variety.
That's it. We go from one part of the spectrum to the other, but we all are the same in everything else. I got 5 fingers, 2 eyes,
2 legs.
I used to have 32 teeth, but you know,
right?
But you understand what I'm saying here.
I know exactly what you're saying, Brandon. Because it's like we're supposed to be able to move as one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
yes,
there's really no separation, no difference from me and you outside of these label colors that they place upon us.
Yes, that's it.
Honestly, we're the same.
Yeah.
You just the older version, younger version, smaller version, taller version of who I am.
Of that human being.
Of that human being. And we should treat each other as such. That's the main goal I feel like we trying to get across to the people is we have to treat each other the way we treat ourselves and the people that we love.
The thing what kind of bugs me most is that we're in a time and in a space where we have machines thinking for us, you know, with like artificial intelligence and cars that drive themselves with sensors and signals and all of this. We got cables running down through roads where things just automatically do things on their own. Now, don't forget, you are on automatic too.
Okay.
If you understand what I'm saying.
No, what you saying?
You automatically breathe without anything telling you to do it.
That's true. Because I forget to breathe.
You cannot.
If it wasn't on automatic.
You think, no, you wouldn't. I don't think so. But you would be. You might not forget, but it will be a difficult thing to try to handle. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially when you try to sleep and stuff like that.
It's a lot of times when they diagnosed me once with a sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is that sometimes you stop breathing for a minute.
When you sleep.
But, you know, I'm on automatic. My brain automatically tell them lungs, get the pumping.
Right, inhale this oxygen.
Because if not, we are not going to longer be here anymore. Ain't none of us going to do nothing, okay?
No, for real.
But that's what I'm trying to get to convey here is that if we start reaching for each other and stop pushing each other away with nonsense, you know, everybody want to call somebody a race. It's only one race.
The human
race.
Human
race.
Capitalize on human.
That's it. It's no other thing. How other way you can put it.
Right. We got to get past all of it. We got to get past all of the formalities and get straight to what we really need to get straight to, and accept the fact that this is the reality that we're living, and labeling each other as colors is not going to help. Especially to fight up against what we have to fight up against as a human race.
Yeah. The idea of it is that as long as we keep putting one of each other down, ain't none of us ever gonna get up.
Ever.
I'm gonna give you a little scenario one of my coworkers gave me. He said, You know what, Isaac? He said, my dad told me, he said, it's like this. He said, if I got my foot on your neck, guess what?
What?
You can't go nowhere.
True.
He said, but there's another part to that. As long as I got my foot on your neck, guess what? I can't go nowhere.
Right, because I'm keeping my foot on your neck, so you can't move.
And I can't move.
So I'm literally hindering both of our progress in life.
Absolutely. And to me, that's why I would say, I'm tired of being a color. I'm tired of being a color.
And you should too.
Take the boot and throw it away, and let's walk together.
Stop walking on each other's necks.
Yeah.
And walk next to each other.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what it really needs to be.
Because it's going to be some forces where we are going to have to deal with one another. We don't want to admit it in our life, but I'm just saying, think about it. You didn't have no say-so in you being here.
At all. You didn't get a chance to ask nobody. Did you have opportunity to be here? That means you were meant to be here.
And you are a gift. Act like it. Act like you are a gift. You is a gift to this planet. And listen, we got to teach our children this. This is why we come at this like this. We need to take it and sit down and break it down real plain so they can understand. Do not put a label on no one other than human.
Yep. And guess where it starts at, Granddaddy? It starts at home. We not asking y'all to go out and just try to save, convince people, do all of this. If you work on your home, the people that live in your home, they gonna spread the love naturally.
That's right.
They gonna go out and treat the next individual like a human because you did the work at home.
That's right. That's right.
That's the whole point. If we take care of the ones we love, that's close to us, that's live with us, it's gonna trickle down to everybody that's around us because we're putting in the work at home first.
And that's the way we have to do it. We have to continually to lock ourselves down at home and teach our children that the neighbor is nothing but an extension of them. If my neighbor felt like I do about the neighborhood, and that's what we would have, a neighborhood. But as long as I feel like I go out and I pick the trash up that someone came down the street and felt that it was okay just to toss it out the window of their car or drop it on the ground and keep moving, then if my neighbor felt the same way, guess what our neighborhood's gonna be labeled?
A horrible one.
The ghetto.
The hood.
Yeah.
All of these derogatory terms.
Yeah.
For where humans stay.
Yeah. And this is what I'm saying. That's the same thing happen when you put a label on an individual.
We just trying to do away with the labels, period.
That's it.
We don't need this stuff. It's distracting. It's dehumanizing. It's degrading.
It's demoralizing. It's definitely there.
It stops us from growing. It stops us from growing individually and with each other. We can get so much done if we just treat each other like humans.
Yeah.
We can get so much done together if we just treat each other like humans.
Yeah. But we treat each other like we are superior to one another. Yeah, there are some things that you might be more apt at than I am. But there are also some things that I'm more apt at than you are.
Definitely.
It equals us out. Instead of worrying about how good I am at that, why don't you ask me to show you how did I get there?
How did I do it?
Yeah. How did I get to that? How did you get to that point? What was you doing? How did you do that? So many we want to put a label on, especially a athlete or something like that. Do you realize what they sacrifice to get to where they at?
Their entire life.
Basically. to get to where they're at, and then they still get up there. And what we do is make them flamboyant, and they just want to be regular human beings.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I got a knack for bouncing the ball.
Right, and I'm really good at it.
Mm-hmm. I got some speed. I'm a little bit faster than the guy over there. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but the idea of it is, okay, I can run like nobody business, but I can't dribble basketball. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I can't do math to save my life, but I can run like nobody business. This is what I'm saying.
We all got different talents.
Yeah, it's the same thing when you take and put a label on a person.
Mm-hmm.
When you put a color on a person, you take their humanity away.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all we're trying to say.
Yeah. And
And
you limiting your relationship with this person.
Mm-hmm.
You trying to put limits on their opportunities and dreams and things of that nature. Because you automatically start judging and start being negative, and you can't believe that this person can achieve certain goals because you're labeled doing them as a color.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of stuff that come with it, and this is why we trying to dispel it all. That's why we trying to get people to see that this is not the way to go. We have to be able to trust our fellow humans and love one another.
Especially when you call yourself a nation. They say a house divided is destined
To fall.
to fall.
And we've been divided for so long.
Look at us.
And we're falling.
Look at us. Americans is not respected like they used to be, so we're going to leave that alone for another subject.
Look, I was in the military, granddaddy, and you would think they used to be all over you like they used to be back in the day. They not. They not really pressed. Because times has changed.
Yeah.
I know back when you was in, all over you. But nowadays, you're regular.
Regular, you're irregular.
Irregular, for sure.
But you see, that's what I'm saying. If we're going to be something or we're going to do something, I just come to the conclusion that I'm tired of being a color. On my birth certificate, where it says what's nationality, they got color.
On there.
Am I colored?
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm tired of being a color.
I'm tired of being a color.
I don't want no smart aleck jumping up telling me, well, go change your birth certificate to what? What am I gonna put on there?
Right, you can't change that.
I mean, listen, my thing is this.
Even if you could change it, like you said, what can you put on there?
Yeah, but the same smart aleck can probably go and tell me to put another color up there.
Literally. Here, put black on there.
Yeah, gray, green. It don't make a difference. Right. It's a color. I'm tired of being a color. Why can't I just be a U.S. citizen, a male U.S. citizen?
Literally, it's that simple. It's literally that simple. You see this man? He is a U.S. citizen. Nothing else. No, nothing else need to be added. You don't need to be descriptive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do all that extra stuff to identify who I am.
That's it.
Just a U.S. citizen.
We normally beat ourselves up for what we did to each other. Mm-hmm. We ask God to forgive us for what we did to each other. You know, why do we have to constantly keep doing this? Because it starts at home. Because you still got the little knucklehead out there that figures it's okay to tell your child that the guy living down the street or the guy in the next country, you are better than they are.
And then they create this competitive nature. And everything we do, they make us compete for all the jobs. They make us compete for all the schooling. They make us compete just to survive. Like, they even competing on prices on food. Like,
listen,
they want you to have this arrogance, so you can feel like you're better than the next individual, because they don't want y'all to come together and think about all the possibilities and opportunities you can have if y'all use each other's talents and gifts.
There you go. To benefit the whole, not the one. to benefit the whole. What happened to the hunter that went and fed the whole village?
No, for real, and fed them all.
What happened to him?
Not one person went hungry.
He went. I guess he said, "Well, hey, I got tired of this. You're not getting up doing anything for yourself, or I'm gonna charge you." So I turned it into me being better than you now.
Because now I'm charging you for being so quote unquote lazy.
I'm not taking on the responsibility of being a hunter no more. I'm taking on the responsibility of being a hunter merchant. I don't go and support the village. I support myself.
Exactly. So instead of feeding the village, you went hunted for the food, and then now you selling it to the same village you used to get the food for free.
But I'm just saying, this is the attitude, and this is how we broke down how we got to all these different colors in the spectrum of humanity. Okay, what we got? White, yellow, red, brown, and black.
Yep. That's the shades.
As to what? Well, show me a red man.
I ain't never seen a red man in my life.
Show me a white one.
I ain't never seen a white man.
Show me a black one.
I haven't seen a black man in my life.
Okay. Where the brown one at?
I don't know. Ain't no brown man.
The thing is what I'm saying is that we taking these colors and we labeling our humanity and we destroying it with colors. I'm tired of being a color. I just want to be a regular human being, live with my neighbor, build my country, and how did you say, treat my neighbor the way I will rather be treated. With that, we're gonna close this video, and we'll talk to you in a few days.
Yep. And remember, it starts at home.
Always.
Always.
If you like these videos, subscribe.
Right. Give us some likes.
Give a like.
Share it.
Yes.
Put it on your story.
Yeah.
Hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of our posts.
There you go.
We upload weekly. We upload daily. So just let us know how you feel about this. Comment below.
Yes. If you're tired of being a color, this video is something you should be listening to. I know we got a little twisted here and there, but that's what life does.
That's what it does.
Because it frustrates you sometimes when you get tired of stuff.
Yeah, and we raw and uncut. We
Yeah.
can be completely honest.
Yeah, yes.
So just remember that the next time you watch our videos, we're going to tell the truth.
That's right. That's absolutely right. I'm a human. You're a human. And we love you.
We love you.
Godspeed.
All right.